Good morning, guys. We got the Blue Dragonscale armor now. Before I was using... This was because in my protection spec I was running out of mana. I had the Imperial set. And these gloves, really great. But I was running out of mana, so I split between using the Imperial set and these off pieces. And it made a huge difference, but I've been wanting to make the Blue Dragonscale set instead because it's higher level and it gives more mana. So here it is. It came out pretty good. Shoulders of the Magus, 6 intellect, 4 crit, decent. A lot of mana per second, mana per 5, 15, and then here we've got 10. And we've got another 14. So, really cool. I did get the scroll. Where is it? Because I want to get +4 to all stats. I think that's the best enchant for the Paladin chest piece. If I wanted to get more health, then I would basically be losing 60 health, or 60 mana. But and actually a little bit less because, well, no, that's that amount. But when I get 4 to all stats, my Blessing of Kings or Blessing of Sanctuary is going to help that be increased by 10%. It's just, I don't know, I like stats better, and the Paladins use all of the stats. They benefit from every single stat. So it's not like a warrior where why would you want intellect, yeah, so I guess this will be my new holy stuff too. 35 intellect, 13 stamina, 4 strength, 4 agility, 4 spirit. Really cool. I also thought it was super cool that it actually matches the Imperial set. It looks like its own set of gear. That's awesome. Check out these shoulders. These shoulders look just like the Imperial shoulders, except they ride a little bit higher up. I'll get them real quick. So, check this out. Zooming in here. Zoom in. Look at that. The Imperial ones are just a little bigger. That's pretty much it. They're bigger. There's one little piece here. On the Imperial set there's 2. So, One on this side, 2 on the other side. How about the profile here? Yeah, these come down a bit more. They come down just a little bit more. But yeah, I didn't make a video yesterday. I didn't really play WoW much yesterday. I was exhausted still. I slept in a bit, and I was just so tired, and I didn't feel great. I felt kind of like just wore out. Oops. Yeah, I felt wore out. I didn't even feel like, I just didn't feel like fighting, There's something I wanted to do. What was it? Weight stones. I want to get some weight stones for our mace. I just wasn't ready to hold things together in my mind of what I'm trying to do in the game. I was not up for it. So we get to use our new Librum now. I think it'll be pretty cool. I might do a battleground in protection, and then later I might do one in holy. I actually I did play a little bit yesterday. Last night I played my mage, and he's level 18 now. I stumbled across a video on YouTube talking about jumps, and there's some different names for jumps. There was one that was like a wall jump where you run into a corner and it pops your character up just a little bit. I need to get a seal on. There's a lot happening here. So check out our mana now. Man, we can't reach him. It's okay, well, man, what are we gonna do? They don't have our flag. Missed the jump. Wow, shaman. Actually, I feel like playing right now. This is going to be great. I think it will be. I hope so. Look at our crit chance. 28. That's cool. Okay. You know what I just realized? We get another... Okay, at 58. We'll get another Mystic Enchant slot. And there's some fighting over here. So this will be cool if we can fight this hunter. See what that's like. It kind of sucks missing. Wow, we got her. She killed us too, but first fight of the day. First 1v1. It's 9:51. I woke up at like 9. About 9 o'clock. I just was feeling drained yesterday. From the day before. And I still haven't gotten over all that dust that I breathed in. But I'm starting to. I think we saw greater power in there. He's a warrior, I think, or a paladin that we had fought and done battlegrounds with on the warrior. Let's get the execution sentence and exorcism. There we go. You know, I could use some health potions. Our mana situation is so much better. So much better. Let's use Divine Plea. This is the first time I've even used Divine Plea. And it's going to do a lot more since our mana pool's bigger. Let's silence this guy. Man, immune to stun. I'm not ready to fight that lady. I need more mana. Yeah, and our health did not go down too much. 4,700 is good. That's good. We're only 10 minutes in. I think I'd like to do another one. We do need to get the callboard quests. So when I get to level 58, I'll be able to learn the plans for the Arcanite Reaper.
Hey, how you doing?
And Hammer of the Titans. I watched a video, one of my previously made videos. I was trying to get to the quest giver, to the guy who teaches you how to smelt dark iron ore, and I was able to get to the Black Forge, but I wasn't able to get to the other guy who gives the quest to teach you. Also, last night I found a video showing how to do that too, so I may do that today. The way you do it is you go to the Grim Guzzler, and then I'm pretty sure I just have to buy some beer or something from the little gnome vendor, give it to some guy, like 5 of them, and then he's going to get drunk. He's going to go do something to this big old barrel, and it's going to pop the cork. Cork blasts open the door, and then immediately before the golem attacks you, you run through that door. This is in the Grim Guzzler. And then once you get there, you just keep going through a bit, and then eventually you'll get to the spot where you'll find the guy. I don't remember what the place is called, but I didn't know I had these in there. But yeah, I may try to do that today. We actually have a decent amount of ore here. That's really cool. I'm having some problems with my space right now. I might have to sell to the vendor some old stuff. I kept this necklace because it seemed like it was cool, world forged, but you know, I don't know that it's even that great. I don't know that it's that great. The proc has an 8-second internal cooldown for like 250 damage. I just don't know that it actually will do 250 damage, you know. It might do 100. I wish things would do what they say, you know, but it's a little bit like everyone, you know that saying, everyone has a plan until they get punched in the face. We're fighting 2 different people, and, you know, people have damage reduction. I don't know why they would take reduced shadow damage, though, because if they have shadow resistance, then yeah. But, I mean, maybe I just have to try it out. And then you think about, okay, well, there's resilience, but on top of the resilience, there's PvP power, which we don't have yet because we're not level 60. But look at our defenses, 1.27. Maybe I need to try it out and see what it actually does. You know, and then there's little different things in their talent tree, which could be like if their protection take, you know, this much % less damage, stuff like that. So I don't know. You know, I could have got some potions, that would have been good. Okay, so what I was talking about earlier are there's special jumps that you can do. And there's actually a way, he may have been playing in a different expansion, but I don't know for sure. There was a way where he was able to jump over this fence. There's also a way to get up from down there all the way up here. And that's just, you know, that's crazy. It's difficult, but there's a way to do it. I think we'll fight this guy and then I'll go play around there just a little bit. We'll see what he thinks of this. From that damage, you wouldn't expect it on protection. But he may have done some damage too. But this is just like, how are you able to do that kind of burst? The rotation on that was Exorcism as soon as it lands. Okay, now first, Execution Sentence, Avenging Wrath, Exorcism, Avenger's Shield, immediately the Hammer of Wrath. Yeah, that was cool. May do it again. Okay, well he doesn't really have a ton of health, so it's not entirely the best example. Nice grab. Let's try to take out this rogue. See how many hits we just had? Do we have any swiftness potions? We can't use them because we used the mana potion. I thought I had some swiftness potions because I was doing the Blackrock Depths stuff, and I did grab some. Huh. I did not know they had our flag. Okay, there we go. Well, that was cool. Nice, we caught the druid. Divine Plea. And if we can fight someone halfway through or towards the end of Divine Plea, we can renew the whole thing. But not going to happen here. Yeah, he did not stand a chance. It's just awesome being able to do damage as protection. It's really, really cool. Same with Holy. We've got 333 spell power, I think. 382. Wow. Probably because we've got more attack power. We'll silence that guy. I think we missed. Wow. I think this would be really cool just for a little dot on rogues. Okay, so this is about, this looks like it might be over soon. I want to show you guys the spot. I may not be able to do it because I haven't quite figured it out yet, but I'll show you with my mouse. So you go here, jump, somehow catch here, and then you can either jump from there to here, or from there to here, and then I think again, and then somehow if you get up here, you can get all the way up. And if you get up here, I think you jump over here, and then jump up, and then you've made it. So let's try to... I've caught a few times, but I wasn't able to jump. I wasn't able to jump afterward. I've been wanting to try this more. And it's a little bit tough because you're trying to learn and experiment with something in a battleground. You don't want to just completely abandon your team. This is a great opportunity because we've got 2 out of 3. Oops. I did not mean to do that. And there's, I don't know, we've been here 8 minutes, so there's 12 minutes left. I did not mean to use that. If there was a way to jump directly from here to there. I don't fully understand the jumping concepts. But have you ever been climbing a mountain and you jump on the side of something and it's like, how am I not falling? I don't know how this is happening. And then you move and then you fall. Well, there's a way to jump again. You press your move key and the jump key at the exact same time, and if you're really good at it, you can catch again. And there may be certain spots where you're able to do it. So it looks like there's just a slight catch there. Did you see how he went up? Right there. It would be an amazing thing to figure out, because then you could run the flag and you could just jump, 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 and then get up here, and then if you can jump the fence too, it would be just crazy. You'd be able to get away from people. Man, we really messed up this plan. Divine Plea. See if that gets us to full mana. You know, we also get mana when we're healed by a teammate. 10% of what they healed us, we get as mana. I think that's it. I kind of hope that it's not. Yeah. Pretty cool. Yeah, maybe I'll mess around with the jumping stuff. I wish there was another server that I could play where I could do Warsong Gulch over and over and over again. Here it's random. Just for the sake of learning the jumps. You know what? We have Pursuit of Justice, do we not? We do. He said that having move speed increases is one of the worst setups for jumps. So maybe I'll get rid of this since we're protection. I don't know. I at least want to figure out the jumps. There's probably a few jumps you can do specifically because you have this, but I don't know the jumping mechanics just yet. So I don't know that I want to try to figure out all my own jumps. See how he goes up on the corner there, just like that? And then watch this. Look how much you can turn after you're up in that spot. It seems like such a small, insignificant thing, but it makes a big difference. I used to do this on my shaman. And then I've seen people up here, and it's like, okay, how in the world did you get up there? Did you jump to this little spot? I don't think so. I've made it up there before, and I'll show you how. Right over here. Get to here. Get to here. It's cool because we have the move speed. We can do that without getting on our mount. And look at this. It's funny because you'd think this would be way harder than getting up right there. Like when you look at it, it's in your head, you know, I think, you know, that's higher. I should be able to get up there before I'm able to get up here. But no, because of the slope of this, it's a dome right next to the little archway, and we're able to jump up there. That's why we can do it. I don't move forward until after I've already jumped because I want to be more precise. Which, when we're in the level 19 bracket on a hunter, this stuff is going to be really valuable. Especially when you're fighting people like rogues and warriors who don't really have any ranged things at all. At least yet. Even paladins. They don't have very much range in the lower levels. They don't get exorcism till later. Yeah, I'd like to master these jumps. Something I've noticed that I do or have done is I'll jump, jump, jump and just spam the space bar. And the reason why I do that is because I hadn't understood the mechanics, so I'm just hoping by chance. It's not just by chance that you make it up to something. See, there I was slightly over. So I gotta be more careful. You want to know the center of your screen because that's where your character lands. And he was playing human or a gnome, and he was saying you can tell by the center of your screen. Now there's a little bit of an offset on the undead. You can judge it maybe by the name. He recommended playing a game that has built-in crosshairs, and then you can mark that spot on your screen with just some tape, some clear tape and a pencil, and then you can mark where it is on your screen. And you don't have to leave it there. It's just for the sake of figuring out where is the center. And here we are. We made it up. You know, I've also seen someone on top of this cage. I don't know how they got up there. When you see people up here, just up in spots where you have no idea how they got there, it's like, how did they get there? How did they get there? Did they cheat? Were they flying somehow? Or what? I was doing it in a Arathi Basin, and I got up to this spot at Blacksmith, and then I got sheeped. They polymorphed me, so I'm meandering around, and then when you're sheeped, it's like sometimes you'll phase through walls. So I did that. I phased through a wall, and I was inside a building that you cannot get inside of. There's no way to physically move your character inside. You have to have some special effect, something that causes your character to go in there. And then the battleground ended, so I don't know the full benefit of that. It's like, am I able to get out? Can I cast spells on people while I'm in there? I don't know. And, you know, I don't look at this as cheating because it's built into the game. It's figuring out how the game works. It's not bringing some software into the game. So I don't I mean, I don't think it's cheating. I would not consider it cheating. Especially you physically doing the jumps yourself. Just because there's a special way to do something that no one else knows how to do, it's not cheating. You're playing the game. You learned something that someone else did not take the time to learn. What difference is that in knowing a specific talent specialization that no one fully understands? You know, it's the same. It's the same thing. To go even further, it's just learning about the game. What if you're fighting a paladin and the paladin never learned that, oh, I can use shields? I mean, yeah, that's like a little bit extreme, but it's the same thing. It's something about the game that most people know. And there's things that a lot of people know, that everyone knows, and then there's things that a lot of people don't know. A lot of people don't know, and I'm speculating here because I'm just basing it off my knowledge. I didn't always know about the engineering stuff. I didn't know how the grenades worked, the bombs. I didn't know about these little contraptions, these things you could build. A battle chicken? You could build a chicken and it'll fight for you. Really cool. I did not know about the death ray. I was in a level 19 bracket, Battleground, Twin Peaks, and there was a level 12 rogue who I was fighting on my mage, which I do very good against, but he had this gnomish death ray. So if he saps me, or not even a sap, if he gets gouge on me, then he casts this, one-shot me. I'll instantly be one-shotted. And, you know, you can't make this until you get to, you can't learn it until you get to 240 skill. But if you prestige your character, you still keep your profession skills. So you prestige, you go all the way to level 1, level up. Now you've got this crazy powerful thing that no one else can use, and you're able to do like 1,000 damage, boom, immediately. Pretty awesome. It did damage him, but it killed me. It did not kill him. Universal remote. What can you do? Can you take control of someone else's battle chicken? See, these are things that you know, I don't know. I don't know about. But yeah, let's call this video done. I'd like to do another battleground as protection, but let's not go past 33 minutes. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I do want, you know, I'd like to play more Holy before I'm level 58. I mean, I could just play Holy as level 58, and that's, you know, why not do that too? I guess I will. There's the Sage Blade that I would be interested in making. Let's see. I'll just go all one-handed sword. So we can make it. I bought the recipe. It was like 50 gold. It's actually not too expensive to make. These Blue Dragonscale pieces weren't too cheap, and I was willing to make those. I do like the Iron Foe, but as Holy, I've come to the point where I don't get in and do a lot of melee hits. I might be happier about another 50 spell power. Check it out. Huh. Okay, here we go. Superior. Yeah, 50 spell power. 12 haste. A bit of stamina, a bit of intellect. Look what these sell for. Dominance. These might be some best in slot items for some people, or close to it. For level 60. So we're looking at 120 gold here. And then we're looking at, see, I wish I could make these on my alchemist, but he's low level. You know, what does it cost to make these? So we're looking at 120 now 160. And then these two things don't cost too much. I can make the enchanted leather. And the Nexus crystals are pretty cheap. So like 160 gold to make the Sage Blade. If we buy the materials. I'm not able to make the Arcanite bars yet. I don't know how you get those. But, you know, we're getting up there in the levels. When we get to max level, I'll probably want to figure out those things, be able to make the Arcanite bars. And, you know, maybe I'll learn before then. We are going to do the dark iron ore stuff. We're going to learn how to smelt that. Because, you know, we may go for learning that stuff before we get to level 60, because there's the Arcanite items. This weapon? No, not that one. Oh, I forgot, I didn't learn them yet. The Arcanite Reaper is going to require some Arcanite bars. Same with the Hammer of the Titans. So I would like to be able to make these. Instead of buying 150 gold worth of Arcanite bars for that one, and 200 gold worth of Arcanite bars, maybe it would be better if I just learned how to get the Arcanite myself. It might not be possible if it requires level 60 to do. I hope it doesn't. You would think it wouldn't, because these weapons don't require level 60, you know, but who knows. And, you know, worst case scenario, we get to level 60 before I'm able to make these, and we just use these items on the warrior. I would like to play it on the paladin, but, you know, if I don't play much Retribution until level 60, I don't think I'd be too upset about that, because we're going to be jumping right into our level 60 gear. I even have the sword. Yeah. And I've got some off pieces here. And then our honor, we're looking good. So, alright guys, we've gone on quite a bit. Thanks for watching. I hope you learned something interesting. I don't know the name of the videos. I'd have to check my history on YouTube. But just look up secret jumps in World of Warcraft and see what you can find. Alright guys, thanks for watching. If you have any thoughts, feel free to comment. I'd be glad to hear from you. And I'll talk to you in the next video. Bye.